Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sir Tommy P., Defender of the Faith.
And I am Empress and William.
And we are the Nephilim Murder Crew.
Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening for another Sunday Catholic Chats.
Yes, welcome.
I don't know if anything looks different on your guys' end, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I decided last minute today that I want to give StreamYard a shot. So I've been doing everything in OBS since day one, and it's kind of a pain in the ass in some ways, and in some ways it's not. And I just thought, you know what? Let me give this a shot.
See what this StreamYard business is all about.
Yeah, so if something's weird happens or I screw something up, I apologize. I'm just trying to get used to using this. It's super easy compared to OBS. So, thank you all for saying it was nice. It's we decided to do this last week, 2 weeks ago. We decided we're gonna do we dress up for Catholic Chats.
Yes.
Basically, we're just gonna wear our church, whatever clothes we wear to church on Sunday. We're gonna wear for Catholic Chats, except for I took my tie off.
And I mean, I have my sweater with me. I did a purple old lady cardigan with my dress today, but it doesn't come in purple, so I don't want to wear it. It's not as chilly in the basement as a cardigan warrants. So, but thank you guys.
Hey, oops!
I even put on a face.
I already screwed that up already
as well. Oh, well, I'm sure that the people want to see the chat.
No, it wasn't that. It was the the chat's not there either. Anyway, I actually shared the screen already. So I was loading the screen to share, and it just did it.
Automatically went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's cool.
But now it's set up, so when I do want to switch, I just gotta switch.
Awesome. So Sunday nights is Catholic Chats. The title says RCIA Week 10 and other stuff. There was no RCIA this week. Gotcha. We didn't have class because it is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we went to the vigil at our local church last night, Saturday night, and did day one of Advent with our parish. And then this morning we slept in a little bit and went to
Sacred Heart. Yeah, one of our favorite churches in the area, Sacred Heart.
Yes, and did a fancy mass.
Yes, and we did it that way. Normally we would go to 8 a.m. at ours, and Meat Cavern's already in with the
nice suit.
Where's it at? I don't see it.
Knickers.
Good evening, sir.
Didn't show up in here.
See, this might be like the downfall.
Yeah. I can't find that in here. Huh. Weird.
Yeah, that's something that other people who use StreamYard as well have said, is that sometimes your super chats, your Rumble rants and stuff don't come through.
Yeah, weird. Well, thank you, Mr. Meat Cavern Will.
Gracias, sir.
Gracias.
We appreciate
that. Will definitely help pay for this month of StreamYard.
Yes.
At the end of the month, I'll decide to keep it or not.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so there was not class today. So instead we went and we did a mass over at Sacred Heart. And normally when we would try to go to that, we would do 8 a.m. at our church and then go immediately to the next one.
Yeah.
But we
I got a message from Mr. Squatch yesterday, so I decided, since we were going to be on all night, that we may as well
go to a later mass.
Yeah, go to vigil instead of the 8 a.m. So, and anybody who saw us on Schizo last night, this is going to be nothing like that.
Yeah, this is nothing like
that.
This
is going to be nothing like that at all.
And also, I am alive and well.
Oh yes, Emily had a night.
I excused myself promptly at about 11:30 and put myself to bed, we'll say. So it was a good time. But also it is what it is, and this is not that. So welcome. This is a I don't want to be pedantic and say a safe place or a safe space, but you will not be subjected to anything here. There will be no shame and degeneracy on the Sunday night show.
Yes, none at all. Very little on the Wednesday too, but
Yeah, very, very little on the Wednesday, but definitely not on Sunday.
yes, another night StreamYard can be expensive.
Yeah.
$44.95 a month.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah.
Unless you're like legitimately monetizing your stream times, it can be expensive.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If we can raise $44 a month, it'll pay for itself.
Right.
So
I don't know, I'm just thinking of the people who make $0 a month and still pay for it.
yeah. Well,
Those are the ones I think of when I think of it being expensive.
right. Why is that? Did you pause that or is that frozen?
No, I paused it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
I
Okay.
paused
Sweet.
it. That was my bad.
Okay.
I don't really know why I have it open. It's
Yeah, it
still
looks good.
running, so
Sweet.
it's good.
Before we start,
Yeah.
nicotine
sure.
pouch users like myself are Zyn users. My pre-order finally showed up of the Alp, the Tucker Carlson brand nicotine pouches. And here's what I will tell you about them. They are excellent, but so if anybody's ever heard of a brand called Free, FRE, with the E with the little thing over it, these are made by the same company that makes those. And that company had a flavor called Lush that I used to get a lot. Very good flavor. I used to really like those pouches.
It was really good.
They just became harder and harder to get. And then when I could get them, it was like old stock that was all hard and
Dry.
Yeah, dry and wasn't. So I stopped getting them. But these are the exact same pouches, same flavor, same everything, just with the Alp branding on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing in my opinion, because like I said, I used those pouches for a long time and really enjoyed them.
Yep.
So I really hope that Alp
And-
start that company had a mocha flavored pouch. It was
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
that
mocha
one was
coffee
good.
flavor. And that was really good. So I really hope Alp brings that flavor in.
Yeah.
So, yes, Lush does sound gay, but it's a really good tropical fruit flavor.
It's a
And in fact, these are called tropical fruit. These aren't called Lush. That was the Free brand. Theirs they called Lush.
it's almost like a tolerable juicy fruit.
Yeah, it's very similar to juicy fruit. Yeah.
Not in the yeah. I had one earlier, and I was honestly a little anxious about getting Nick sick. But that didn't happen, so we're good.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you too. If you're going to get them, if you use on in the 6, get the 9 milligram.
Oh yeah, I do the 8 ons now, and that's good.
So yeah, you got to get these in a 9 because their 9's a little weak. So when I used to get the Free brand, that's the same thing. They had it in a 12, and I used to get it in the 12, and the 12 is like an 8 to a 9 in most other pouches.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Go back to my Graham roots and upper deck it. I do have it in I got it on my upper deck.
So yes, that is my quick spiel on the Alp, Tucker Carlson's nicotine pouches. And yeah, he has another company make them, but it is a good company.
Yeah.
Company that I used to buy from before it was a pain in the ass to buy.
Right. And it's I mean, anybody who's tried the like pouches thing, you know the deals, right? Like you have to order it from a European country, and then it has to come through customs, and then customs sometimes can be like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, and they charged a lot
I
for
don't
shipping,
like it.
so you had to order a whole lot at one time. But you could also I could get it from Northerner, which is a
Mhm.
US company, but I don't know, man. I guess it wasn't popular with them. Everything I got from them was garbage. It was old, dry.
Old stock, yeah. That was the one complaint we had.
Yeah,
with
so I
the
just completely
Northerner.
stopped getting
Yeah.
it because of that. But yep, no, these are fresh. These are good. I thoroughly enjoy them. I just hope they
Solid.
start making the mocha flavored because
Yeah,
I don't
Tucker.
do mint. I'm just not a mint person.
Mr. Carlson,
So, like-
if my invites to go fly fishing have gone unanswered, I can only assume my requests for mocha pouches will go unanswered. But please, that would be wonderful. I would appreciate it. And also, if you ever want to go fly fishing, I'll tie the flies.
Yeah. So he'll never see this, but yeah.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Okay. So we covered the pouches. We covered the fact that I'm trying this using StreamYard instead of OBS.
Yes.
Did we cover that today's the first day of Advent? Really?
No, we did not.
We mentioned it.
We mentioned
that
it.
we spent our first day of Advent at our home church.
Yes. And then
and then we went to the good church.
Another church
The
within
good- the good church.
diocese.
The church that I love so much.
Another church within the diocese.
Yeah. I doubt Father Adam or Father Nick will see this. Doesn't
Probably
matter.
not.
Even if they do, it's not my fault that I like a more traditional church, but
And honestly, it's not. It's really not the father or anybody that's ever spoken at the church. Like, there's been a couple of different ones that'll run service, but it's not. It's not the people. It's the building itself.
it's the congregation in the building. It's a very Protestant Catholic congregation. The very post Vatican II building. It's not very
Right.
pretty.
Yeah. Our church, but the one that we went to today that we
Yeah, it's
preferred
an
is,
1800s fucking big stone. We showed pictures of it on here before. It has that organ that another night like so much.
It's beautiful, and it also has families that take up a whole pew. So
Yeah,
what more can you ask for?
yeah, two parents and like 7 kids through most of the church. It's a much younger crowd than our church because it's much more traditional.
Yes.
And even though it is a Novus Ordo, there's tons of incense. The priest does it ad orientem, facing liturgical east like he's supposed to.
Yes.
And they do a lot of Latin chanting in a lot of the
responses.
A lot of the
Latin as well,
stuff that they would do in our church with piano and regular singing, which sounds kind of to my ear. They do it with organ and chanting and mostly Latin chanting.
Yeah.
So, I really enjoy that mass for that.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
So it is officially Advent.
Yes, back to Advent. I went off on a tangent there. My fault.
Okay. That's okay. It's your show. You're allowed to do that.
I know. Okay, so back to Advent. You were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say it's day 1 of Advent. I have bookmarks to explain Advent.
Oh, okay. I guess I could pull those up or
I'm
just get 'em.
merely a catechumen.
Right. Yeah. Let me,
On week 10 of my journey.
where the heck is my? I lost my bookmarks. There they are.
Ad ti levav Sunday?
Ad te leveve.
Levavi?
Leveve. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whoops.
I'm still learning my Latin. If that's I'm pretty sure that's Latin.
It probably is.
Still working on it. Okay, so I have this one bookmark. I guess I can. Where do we want to start? Oh, first Sunday of Advent. There we go. How about that?
Yep.
All right, so I'll try sharing it this way first. We are going to see a couple different screen configurations here while I figure out which one I like. So
yeah, we're going to see which setup we prefer. You guys feel free to give us feedback. There's only 2 options, so
right. We'll go to this one.
We'll find out.
Hey, why did that not work?
Oh,
Oh, you know what? No, that's been added. Okay. Well, I don't know why the stream deck didn't work all of a sudden.
Weird.
Yeah.
Moody.
That's still okay.
Okay.
Everything else is still working. So, okay. First Hope Candle of Advent. Or the first candle of hope. Sorry. Let me start all over. The first day of Advent.
First Sunday of Advent. The candle of hope. I know that you can't see it because your microphone is obstructing your view.
I promise I can read people.
Yeah, he can't.
I could read it off of there, I guess.
He is literate.
I'm gonna have to make some moves around here.
Maybe.
Yeah, with this new camera configuration, without our laptops in the way and everything, I gotta.
Yeah, you could shift some stuff around.
Yeah, I can move this somewhere where I can see it better.
Yeah.
So
we'll do that. Okay.
Not right now, but yes, we'll do that coming up. Okay. So the first Sunday of Advent, the candle of hope. Heavenly Father, as we light the first candle of Advent, we welcome the hope of your promise. May this light remind us of your presence in our lives and ignite a steadfast trust in your love. Guide us in the season of waiting, filling our hearts with anticipation and peace as we look toward the coming of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
And yeah, so Advent is a time of preparation, which is why the liturgical color is purple.
Yes.
And it's actually in preparation of the return of Jesus, not the coming, not Christmas.
Not the birth of him.
Right. Even though it's celebrated right before Christmas, technically Advent is actually looking towards the second coming.
Yes. Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really kind of more Easter based technically.
Yeah. That is the end goal.
But yeah, that's Advent. That's will this work now? Yes, now it worked. Okay. Weird. How about if I do this now? Hey, now they're working.
Now it'll do it. All right.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. I had to preload it or something.
Figured it out.
Yeah. How about if I do this? Does that work? Yes. Okay. That's the other option.
First screen sucks. Just a couple uggos on there.
What? Where? What? Oh,
Nice, Rick.
thanks. Thanks. Where's
Good evening, Redbeard.
the Sunday of Hope?
That makes sense.
Okay. Yes. There's that. Okay. Oh, Redbeard's in here now too.
Mm-hmm.
Degenerates.
Yes.
This is Catholic Chats Redbeard. We try not to be degenerates on Sunday.
This is where
That's what Saturday nights are for.
We might not know how to act in other people's chats, but we know how to act at Catholic chats. Dangerous retards coming to a live chat near you.
Right. We don't have what's her name on here to
chastise anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. These are my tards to chastise, not hers.
Um.
But I appreciate you guys not respecting her authority. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh.
Okay, so the other thing I had for Advent was, what was there? That one had like a little snippet of the readings of today, and then this one here gives us the an overlook of Advent as a whole, which I thought
All right.
would be worth.
This one's the readings of today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Let's.
It's just kind of like I don't know.
Okay.
There's of all the things that get posted to Twitter, there's not a whole well of stuff for Catholics.
Yeah, today's first Sunday of Advent, which marks the beginning of the new liturgical year. Be vigilant at the times and pray that you have the strength to escape the tribulations that are imminent and to stand before the Son of Man. So yeah, that's that kind of sums it up. You're waiting for the second coming,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And you're supposed to be preparing for that. And if you the takeaway from the homily, the last two services, different fathers giving different homilies. The takeaway that I took is mostly don't be complacent, and also if you have like managed to stumble and fall off the bike and roll down a hill, you could get up and dust yourself off. You could start up again. There's no reason not to like recommit yourself to your relationship at this time. Like that was the main takeaway I got, is that as a church as a whole, right? Like we're looking forward to the resurrection, but also if that's not where you find yourself at this moment, now's your time.
Yeah.
Now's your time to hop in and get to working on it, because everybody else is doing the same thing. So you're not the oddball out. You're not a straggler. Good evening, Christina. How are you, dear? Leather, perhaps?
Ooh, what? I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's a what is it called? The shark skin?
Oh,
It's just like a shiny material.
yeah, it's called a shark skin suit. The light makes it kind of shiny. It looks super shiny in the studio lights, but in real life, it's less shiny.
Yeah, it just has like
but still a little sheen to it. Yes,
a little bit of a sheen. Look at Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do a Leno impersonation. So
No, that's okay. Oh, I think it has to do with his recent tumble down the hill. For when I said if you stumbled and fell and went downhill.
Ah, gotcha.
It was a comedic joke circle. Good night, Redbeard. Thank you for popping in. God bless you.
Oh yes, thanks for popping in, bud. See you next time. Okay, the next one that you've got here is kind of goes through the weeks. Week 1, hope. Remind us Jesus is coming. Week 2, faith. Remind us to prepare the way of the Lord. Week 3 is joy, the joy of the coming birth of Jesus. And then week 4 is peace. Glory to God in the highest heaven and on earth, peace for those he favors. So Oh.
Yes.
Oh, somebody noticed, babe.
Yes. Yes, Christina, I am. I did say that earlier, but I do not mind repeating it. I did put stuff on my face today.
Yeah, I questioned her about it too.
And also the child questioned me. She was like, I was like, what kind of face is that? Is that like a good face, a bad face? I've never seen my mom in makeup face. And she's like, do you want me to do it? I can do it for you. And I was like, get all the way out of my face with that 11-year-old. No, ma'am. No, thank you.
Oh,
Not today. Maybe another day. Oh. Oh, well, thanks.
Knickers.
Billy over there.
what?
Shark skin jacket. The one with the velvet collar. Billy
Billy
Joel
Joel
over
over
here.
Oh,
You know those Jersey boys, how they be.
yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, this is just what I wore to church today, but had I known it was going to be so shiny in the studio lights,
Probably would have put on a different
I
jacket.
probably would have worn something different. Yes. I will probably not wear this one again on it,
Nah.
or have to adjust my studio lighting or something. I'll figure it out.
Oh, so that's the one thing that we don't have is an Advent wreath. I will probably acquire one this week, even though I know we should already have it.
Yeah. Yeah. We should already have it. We're new to this Catholic thing. Okay, Christina, give us a break. We didn't know we were supposed to have an Advent wreath until just this minute.
I mean, if any of our last 4 trips to the Catholic bookstore were any sort of a hint as to what was coming up, the Advent wreaths went out like after the fall decorations came down.
I wasn't paying attention.
I know. It was like a big display that we had to walk by and everything.
Oh,
And then back in the back of the store where we were getting our candle inserts, our prayer candle inserts, there's a whole temporary shelving unit that has your
I saw the Advent candles there.
Advent,
Yes.
yeah, the whole temporary shelving of Advent candles.
Well, I missed it. My bad.
That's okay. I also didn't say anything because I was like, I don't know what this is. Is this more stuff that we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Personally, when I was bartending all the time, I put on a face every day. I used to have bosses that like wouldn't let you clock in if you didn't have at least 4 things on your face. So I don't know. I just served my time, and then after a while, it was like, ain't doing it. No, thank you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hope, peace, joy, and love. Is that?
Yeah. That's what we just said. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Here we go.
Whoops.
Hope, faith, joy, and peace.
Their 4th is love.
Oh, yeah. Hope, faith, joy, and peace is the
Interesting.
Catholic one.
Although peace does beget love and love does beget peace. So I'm going to go with
Same, but different.
same, but different.
Yeah.
Much like most comparisons between Lutheranism and Catholic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Yeah. Eyes, lips, foundation, blush, highlight, like if you could do your eyebrows, you could do mascara, you could do a lipstick and like maybe a blush, or you could do like full foundation, eyeshadow, mascara, and a lipstick, right? Like four products. Women love to oppress and repress other women. That's all I can say. That's something we're really good at.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally make a compliment there, bud.
What?
Gotta be careful.
Women are far more attractive than she portrays in the goof face pictures. Used as a compliment. Well, thank you. I purposely have the goof face profile pictures because the internet is a weird place, and I don't want people just around because I'm aesthetically pleasing. I'm also funny
Sure.
sometimes in the ways that women can be funny.
Right. Yeah.
I'm no Leonardo Joni, but you could always just get yourself 3 violet candles and a pink one. Yes, that's what I had thought of doing, but then I was like, well, at that point, I should just get the wreath too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It'll end up being an afternoon crafty project. It'll be good.
Okay, and then one other thing to post about Advent, and it's not really about Advent, just a shameless plug. For the Knights of Columbus, today marks the beginning of the Advent season. Pray with us. We rediscover God's saving mission and prepare our souls for Christ's coming. And if you're a Catholic man, you should really consider joining the Knights of Columbus.
Oh yeah. It's a private only Catholic men's club.
Yeah. I'm just learning about it a little now, and I obviously can't join yet until confirmation.
Yes.
But once I'm confirmed and we're officially Catholic, I may join. It seems like a cool, place for Catholic men to go hang out with each other. They got a bar there and they do dinners and nights and stuff like that. But yeah, if you are a Catholic, you should look into joining Knights of Columbus. Do some good charity work and get to hang out occasionally with other Catholic men.
Yes. And even if you do not join, even if you are not Catholic, they do have events that are open to the public. Most of them do like some sort of a meal.
Oh yeah, fish fries on Friday nights or
yeah, there's usually some sort of a meal Friday nights. It's like a blue plate special type of deal. But the funds that they make from those open to the public events go to support the charity work. A lot of them also do pie sales.
Yeah. There's definitely nothing secret about the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, okay. Now, secret society Knights of Columbus is just as secret society as Fraternal Order of the Eagles, which is just as secret society as the Moose Lodge, which is just as secret society as the Elks. Like, it's like little s secret, not like weirdo secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sons of Solomon, is that the Lutheran version?
It's like man PTA.
That
And
kind of.
not in like a rude, dismissive way, but like where other place in society do men get to come together and do charitable works?
Yeah, and they also have a bar in the lodge, so you can just show up there on a Friday night instead of going out to the local bar for drinks with scumbags. You can go to there and have
Right.
a beer with
Around
other
decent
Catholic men
people,
that you probably have something in common with and might be able to have a conversation.
or at the very least won't be annoyed by.
Yeah, people that you might normally hang out with on the internet, you could actually have a beer with in real life.
Yeah,
You know,
it's true.
to my experience, a lot of the guys, the ones that aren't 90 years old in that organization, the
Mhm.
few younger ones, and that's the other thing. The organization needs younger men,
Yes.
which is another reason for young men to start joining, because you can make it into whatever you want because it's
I mean, it'll be yours in just a short matter of years.
yeah, exactly. So so that's my shameless plug for the Knights of Columbus. What else do we
Oh,
have?
see, Jenny says their Knights of Columbus does Italian dinners for fundraising.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the one here, they do fish fries in the summertime. Just a few weeks ago, we went to their Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah, the
or
turkey dinner.
2 weeks ago, we did their turkey dinner.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was
Uh,
3. Might have been 2. I don't know.
It was the week before Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving
Was it? Okay.
So they do that, but then they also do the most recent one they did was like a brisket and pulled pork. Like you could choose between that sandwich and sides and stuff for like $8, which is
Yeah.
completely reasonable. Completely reasonable.
Christina says Danny joined the Knights of Columbus. Good for Danny.
Oh, awesome.
Good for Danny.
Good.
Yes.
If you're into charity, I don't mind sending my cash tag.
Yeah.
Smart, Rick, smart. And the charity work, he received a free turkey from a woman he helped.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome. See, and that's the thing is like, circle back to when I said like, where in society can men come together and do charitable acts, if not for these, possibly secret societies. But all in all, they're doing good for the communities that they are within. And it's an overall W for everybody.
Also,
Danny feels good for helping somebody. The lady feels, grateful for the help received. And then also problem is solved. And hey, I have extra something. Here's something, a token of appreciation.
yes. Mr. Meat Cavern says pork keeps the Jews away. You know what else did a really good job of keeping the Jews away for thousands of years? The Catholic Church.
Oh, yep, we did do that.
Yeah.
We are pretty anti-Semitic.
Who do you think kicked the Jews out of all those countries?
Yep.
It's the Catholic Church.
Yep.
We could do a whole episode on the Spanish Inquisition. People don't realize everybody has this weird warped. I'm not going to go too deep into this, completely
let's
off
go.
topic, but
Let's go.
everybody has this warped view of the Spanish Inquisition, like they were just going around killing people that wouldn't convert
Indiscriminately, right.
to Catholicism, which was not at the especially the first Spanish Inquisition was after Spain was invaded by the Muslims, and it was able to be invaded because the Jews helped the Muslims. The Jews would portray themselves as Catholic to get information and pass it on to the Muslims,
Mhm.
just to undermine the Catholic Church. Not that they had any, they weren't with the Muslims.
Nope.
It was
they
just to undermine the Catholic Church and the people in the land where they were living at the time. So the first Spanish Inquisition was literally, it was only Catholics. This all the Spanish Inquisitions only affected Catholics. It's only people who claim to be Catholic. Then it was like, okay, well, let's see, are you a traitor or not, kind of a deal.
Right.
And it was really to weed out the Jews that were pretending to be Catholics. That was the whole point of the Spanish Inquisition. The first one, at least, was to, in fact, it might have been all of them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but yes, because the Jews were conspiring against the Catholics. So yes. So once the Catholics regained Spain, the Jews all got kicked out.
Yep.
And the Spanish Inquisition happened, which was basically weeding out these Jews who were claiming to be Catholics that are actually
just subverting everything.
Yes.
And selling us out.
So that's a little brief semi-history lesson. I may have gotten a little bit of that wrong, but most of that is correct information.
You could Google it.
Yeah, I wouldn't Google it. In fact, you know what? I mischristened him. The videos we watched last week.
Yeah.
He did an episode on it. So, yeah, maybe in a week or so we'll watch his video on the Spanish Inquisitions and how that was to weed out the Jews.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Meat Cavern says the Spanish Inquisitions episode needs to happen.
Done. Asking you shall receive. Done.
Yeah.
Done. Good evening, Scott. I see that you
Yes, Xerox is correct. The majority of crusades were basically
in response to
yeah, the whole point really was to make safe passage for programs in the Holy Land.
Yep.
That's how it all started.
Yep.
And then things happen, and some things go wrong, some things go right. But at the end of the day, yes, it was just to fight off Muslims so that we could safely visit the Holy Land.
Yep. Because we can't rightly do anything with, I don't know, sand pirates wrecking house every time you turn around.
Yeah. So also, guys, those of you that are usually here on weeks, what do you guys think of the StreamYard stream we're doing here? Better, worse, identical, not noticeable difference? Any feedback would be appreciated. It's much easier on my end, I can tell you that.
Well, just like sitting here watching you do it, I do appreciate that it is a similar enough quick glance to OBS that it's not like a whole new interface that I'm having to adjust to.
It's completely different from OBS, but it's got a picture and it's got some buttons, so yeah.
Well, everything is in that same screen. It's not.
Yes, instead of the chat
it's
viewing
obviously
across here,
it's obviously different setup, but I don't know. My only comment is that it does kind of look odd. But if it's coming through to you guys crisp, then I'll just chalk it up to
yeah, it doesn't.
Production.
The preview screen here doesn't look as good as I normally see in OBS, but maybe post production to you guys it looks. I don't know. I'll have to see when we rewatch this.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like.
Unlike Mr. Corbo, we rewatch our content because I like to see if I screw anything up and what I need to fix next time.
Also, only because I pray for David on a regular basis, so I'm gonna shout out God bless the Corbos, because every time he mentions us, it's God bless the Parecas. And I have been, I've been feeling a certain type of way that all I provide him is what some could say is negative feedback.
Right. So yes, God bless the Corbos for sure. Let's start with that. From now on, that's where we start.
God bless the Corbos.
God bless the Corbos.
That being said, David, Leanne, just watch yourself. Just sit there through the awkwardness. Do you know how much I wanted to crawl out of my own skin the first time he's like, let's rewatch our episode? I'm like,
yeah.
No, please no. But then if you watch it back and you suffer through that cringe jump out of my own skin experience, you walk away with something. you take out like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so quick to jump into conversations. Maybe just let him finish a thought for once. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Um,
I noticed I fidget in the early days. I fidgeted a lot with anything near me and did it visibly on camera. And I was like, oh, I gotta stop doing that.
yes, that was another thing I also noticed. Haven't gotten any better at it, but I'm aware of it.
I make sure my hands off camera down here when I'm fidgeting with my this here. But yes,
Oh,
those are the things that I rewatch the episodes so that I can try to pick on little things like, oh, I need to fix
How
that.
to
I
improve,
need to stop
right?
doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
and
oh, I didn't realize I did that. Yeah, stop that. That kind of stuff.
one thing I haven't tossed in the chat and like directly said at any point in time, but like if you're being serious about this, if this is what you want to do, you don't fucking think anybody on the NFL has ever had to sit there and watch through their own tapes and learn what the fuck they're doing wrong. This is part of honing our skill. This is part of getting better. This is part of the process. There's people out there who are going to say, I don't watch my own stuff because it seems a little narcissistic to sit back and watch your own material. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. However, I'm not trying to be like y'all. I'm not trying to just fucking be frustrated that I'm not going anywhere. I'm not trying to just sit here and run my mouth in front of a camera for the fucking, I don't know, likes and dopamine. I have like ideas that I want to get across to people. I have something worth saying sometimes. So, just watch your shit. It's not that bad. And if it is that bad, if it is that unbearable to watch, stop making it.
Yes, Ginny, it will still be off the cuff and natural. I promise. It's just the things like stop fidgeting on camera and slow down sometimes. Like, oh yeah, I need to slow down and think a little better on certain things. Certain things I should probably enunciate a little better on. Be more aware of where I'm at speaking into the microphone.
Yeah.
I noticed by rewatching episodes, sometimes you can barely hear me because I'm back over here.
Yeah. And then you,
and like I don't notice it in the show, so yeah, just reminds me to be mindful of things.
Right. And Rick, this is just water. It's water. It is actually an Old Smoky moonshine glass. There was moonshine in this at one point, but
yeah,
it's a free cup.
No, we definitely aren't from Appalachia either.
No.
We are definitely from central. Well, we're not from. We definitely live in central Illinois.
You got that Malort over there?
I do have the Malort over here.
Oh, speaking of,
Nephilim Murder Crew brought to you by Malort unofficially.
They
don't pay us a dime for it, but I'm gonna keep plugging them
until they do.
Shit.
Xerox, how did the Malort go over? By the way, I saw that you grabbed it for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Xerox grabbed Malort for Thanksgiving. He must not live more than 2 hours from us.
Hold on, or was it Xerox or was it Xcomer?
I don't remember. I think it was Xcomer. I think you're wrong.
I think I might have fucked up there.
I think you did.
It was Xcomer.
Yeah.
My bad. Disregard.
Ugh.
My bad. One swig of Malort will not make that happen. 2 Cutthroat.
No, Cutwaters. The Cutwater espresso martini things you were drinking last night.
2 of those? Yep. Done for.
Yeah.
That's like 5 beers.
Yeah. 13% alcohol in each
Emily
one of those cans.
is a 2 beer maximum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I hit a point last night because I had the same amount as you. And I hit a point where I slowed down purposely. I was like, oh, man, this is getting, I don't know. Anybody who watched last night's show, I don't know if you guys could tell me getting progressively more drunk throughout the night, but it happened.
The thought of slowing down hit me when I was at the bottom of my glass with just ice in there. And I was like, it's all gone. I should have slowed down.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I drank enough to where I was pulling out guns on camera. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, we've got people pulling guns on each other over ketchup and mayonnaise in the chat. So
yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I think that this last like 24 hours in the Danger Tard verse has been the most hilarious it has been. I don't know. There's a lot of oh god. Well, that's all right. Squatch is a degenerate, but how do I word this? The lovable kind of degenerate. The Gen X kind of degenerate that you expect them to be when everything is set up for them to be that way. Right? When you take into the fact that they were raised by like the women's liberation the free love movement people. That's who their parents were. And then also at the same time, media and like media, meaning the music, the movies, everything else is encouraging that degenerate sexual behavior. I don't think an actual older Gen X person can go longer than 24 hours without making a sexual innuendo joke. I do not think they are physically capable of doing it. If you happen to find me one, I will acknowledge their existence. I will sing their praises for days. I will slowly change my opinion. I have yet to encounter one.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it.
I have yet to encounter an elder Gen X, and by that I mean someone who was born in
Like the
the
70s.
70s, late 60s, early 70s, 65 to 75. Somebody born then, 24 hours, zero sexual innuendos. That's just a request I'm putting out there. I don't think that they exist. And it's just with my small sample size of humans that I've dealt with in my life. They're all degen perverts.
Yep. And
Most of them are harmless for a ha-ha. Most of them actually don't live that way. But they do find the humor in it, and I've never thought it was funny.
Yes. So Scotty is correct. Ketchup belongs in the trash. Unless you mix it with horseradish and make cocktail sauce or shrimp, then it's okay.
Yeah.
It's the only time ketchup is acceptable, though. Only time. And then, yeah, Ginster, as most people pointed out, we were on Schizo News last night, so you didn't miss one of our shows.
Oh yeah, you don't go looking for it, Jen.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you like Tower Gang, you'll like Schizo.
Yeah, I don't think Jen does Tower Gang.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I don't think she does though.
Probably not.
I'm probably not. Probably not.
Yes. I am also a 1980s baby. Or actually 1980 baby. Oh.
50 still tries to pull guys at the bar. Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about these the Fulton Sheen one you got bookmarked here?
Oh yes, the other thing I had to discuss this evening.
Which one of these do you want to look at? This one?
The thread one. Well,
this one here?
No.
This one here.
That one there.
Okay.
So click us into that one, and then we'll just read through the thread. Oops.
Nope. Let's get out of here.
Whoopsies.
And click into here.
Yeah.
And then here.
Yep.
There we go.
Perfect.
So go ahead.
Okay. So December 9th is well, it says it's a special day for two reasons. December 9th is the day that Venerable Fulton Sheen passed away. And also this year, the 9th falls, or the Immaculate Conception falls on December 9th this year. So it's like a special treat, a 2-for-1 day in the world of Catholicism.
Yes.
So due to that, there is a effort to do a 9-day novena to work towards Sheen's coronation and acknowledgement, or canonization. Sorry, coronation is kings and queens.
Yeah,
canonization.
Beatification.
Beatification to make him a saint. And I selfishly would like this to happen before I have to pick my saint for
confirmation.
But if it doesn't happen, that is how God wants it to be, and that's fine. I'll end up with someone else. No worries.
There's no way it's going to happen by the time
no worries. Well, that's the thing, is like this is supposed to have been happening since like.
Yeah, it's at a wall a while ago though, and it ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. So, but anyways, there is an effort through the Sheen Foundation to do this 9-day novena, and I was just going to simply request that if anybody would like to participate, I would greatly appreciate it. And it also goes towards the greater good of all. So, just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention.
Yes. So, do you want to go through this at all, or?
Sure. It explains. Oh, you can read the novena. I can't see that far.
The novena, I can't even. Immaculate Mother, you are the world's first love. We ask your powerful intercession with the beloved Son Grant that our beloved Fulton Sheen may be swiftly lifted up as a saint so that the entire church and the whole world may know that Jesus Christ can turn even the most humble clay into the most beautiful treasure. Amen.
Yes.
So it is the 45th anniversary of the death of Archbishop Fulton Sheen. This year, December 9th, is also the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception. To commemorate the providential movement, we invite you to join us in praying the Novena of the Immaculate Conception for Venerable Sheen's canonization.
Yes.
Novena begins tomorrow, December 1st, and it ends December 9th.
Yes.
So if you want to pray the Novena of the Immaculate Conception for the canonization of Venerable Fulton Sheen, start tonight. Those who don't know, novenas are 9-day prayers. You say a prayer every day.
Every day for 9 days.
Short prayers. It's not like it takes a lot of your time.
No.
But you just say a short prayer once a day for 9 days. And yeah, actually novenas are really good. I like the novena of Divine Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
The good one. I'm definitely going to pray this novena for Fulton Sheen.
Yeah.
So
and what was it, 2 weeks ago we did the St. Anthony Novena? 3 weeks ago maybe?
Yeah, something like that. So yes, novenas are definitely something that you should do if you're Catholic. I feel that they help.
Yeah.
I just feel, I don't know. It just makes you feel better. It helps you avoid occasions of sin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it fills time, right? Like you're doing that instead of something else. But then for me, it's like I have one other thing to figure into, like not like when things go wrong, but when I'm like trying to anticipate events, I like, oh, okay, well, it's not just me working towards this, obviously, right? Like I asked for help with this, or it ultimately me doing something, and this doesn't have anything. I can't control any of this, and it's a good reminder because like I'm actively
Have a good night, sir.
actively asking someone else for their help in my situation.
Yeah. I find that when I'm praying daily rosaries and like a chapel of divine mercy, and then and you pick a novena and do I just find that I'm much less quick to anger.
Mhm.
I'm always in a little better moods, and it's just I don't sin as much because and then those things that you would say are mortal sin, things that you choose to do, you choose not to do those things.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it gives you, instead of just doing something because it's habit or out of whatever you do, you sit there and think like, well, why would I do that? I just spent hours praying
Yeah.
and doing all this stuff, and like now I want to go and
Yeah, mess it all up. For
yeah,
what?
yeah. It's just
Yeah,
yeah.
that is
So it helps in the venial, like, oh, I'm not so quick to anger, but then also when there's actual decisions to be made, should I do this or should I not do this?
Mhm.
Yeah, I find that it's like, no, I'm spending all this time and effort and prayer
Doing this thing, so
meditation on the Lord stuff that, like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? After I just went and prayed today, what are you, stupid? Like,
yeah, that works.
yeah. So, yeah, that's the benefits I think come from it. But you people got to make up your own mind about that kind of stuff.
We're just here to share our experience.
Yeah, yeah. I know most of you aren't Catholic, so most of you aren't going to pray rosaries, even though I think you should, even if you're not Catholic. I know somebody who sells rosaries too if you don't have one.
Oh yeah, we do know a lady.
Yeah, yeah.
With Christina.
So even Father Calvin Robinson, who's not even Catholic, will tell you pray the rosary.
Yeah.
So pray the rosary. I'm telling you, man, you have nothing to lose. Do it for 2 weeks. Pray it 3 times. Pray 5 decades, 3 times a week for 2 weeks. And you know what I mean?
See if anything changes.
Yeah. If nothing changes, you're not going to pray him. But I think you'll notice that things start changing. And the more you pray it, the more things change. And if you keep praying it, the changes will stay.
Yes.
If you stay, you'll notice when you're not praying it, all of a sudden
You kind of relapse.
Yeah. You're not as, you're just not there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Okay. So anyway, one other quick thing I want to cover. We're coming up on the hour mark. Is this. So as most people are aware, they reopened the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris
Okay.
after the fire, the fire for no reason. It just spontaneously combusted.
Yeah. Completely random.
Completely randomly spontaneously combusted. Well, they finished it and they put the most hideous altar in there. This is the most Vatican II nonsense altar I've ever seen. Why are you not changing now? Yes, this is the altar. This is hideous. In comparison,
Honestly, it just looked like that's not even big enough to be functional.
but regardless, it's just so like in a place like Notre Dame, in a Gothic cathedral like that, it serves no place.
Yeah.
I mean, for reference, let me
Yeah. Oh. I'm very fixated on Xerox getting his grandmother's rosaries recently. You should use them.
yes.
They're good and broken. And I don't have the language to fully articulate it, but there are things within the Catholic faith, like fun little cheat code add-on extras that you can do. And one of those things is something that I did in November. And every time that I prayed the rosary on the rosary that I got from an estate sale before we were officially Catholic, I that rosary went to whoever owned this. Like, right, I want that to go towards their purgatory, right? Like these are for them. I don't know who they are. You know who they are, right? And that was my intention with it the whole month of November when I prayed. Something similar for grandma, I think, would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. So Scott is correct. That is Masonic. That is a Masonic altar there. Looks like gay modern art also.
Also true.
Looks like a blockhead piece. So let me just reshare this. So this is the new altar put in at the Cathedral of Notre Dame, this beautiful classic Gothic cathedral. And this is the altar at the church where me and Emily went today at Sacred Heart in Peoria. Oh, it's not going to let me share. Oh, share this tab instead. There you go. So does anybody see a difference between that and
This one?
and this one? Why is this not sharing? Oh, it got screwed up. Damn it. Okay.
We'll do the present.
Yeah, I know. I gotta do this. There we are.
Doo-doo-doo.
So yes, the difference between that and that. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to cover that. I don't, it's hard to say. It's hard to say they're not trying to ruin the Catholic Church and the Catholic faith at this point. You know what I mean?
It is. But also that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, yeah, it is part of end time prophecy that, or at least in Catholic prophecy, that the ape of the church and all that. And we could even do an episode on that sometime. But all I can say is just like in past, in the 2000 years of the Catholic Church, there's been plenty of bad popes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows there's been plenty of bad popes. And it takes, whatever Pope Francis is doing that is wrong will get corrected by future pope at some point.
Yes.
So
and that is the theme of God, right? Like he'll set things up in a way where it could go perfectly if everyone does what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. However, we all have free agency and we all have the right to choose to not do that, to not do the right thing. But also God's perfect plan still happens. It just takes longer. It might not be the exact same people, but the outcome that he wanted still happens. And that's, I guess, where we find ourselves in the church. And
Yeah.
also, this is, I mean,
And we have a very human way of looking at things. We want things done instantly. Oh, we need to
Right.
fix things today, and 5 years is too long, and 10 years is too long. But
and it's not.
you know, in the history of the church, and when you look at things in God's time, sometimes it takes 100 years to correct things, but it gets corrected. You know,
Yeah.
as long as you keep to the original faith.
Yes. And that's where it boils down to the individuals needing to be A, properly catechized, and then B, have their own investment in their faith.
Yeah.
Have the
And then Xerox adds the Jesuit Pope, by the way. And yes, that could be a whole nother episode too about the complete and total change in the Jesuits, how they used to be the most holy of holy
and
monks,
then
and then have
are
turned into this
certainly
modernist
did not.
Masonic bullshit that they are now. It is retarded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that could be a whole episode too.
Well-
What happened to the Jesuits?
Right. And that's just that's a prime example of the inversion that happens, right? Like the small scale huge change within the Jesuits. Because of that, it's slowly but surely trying to do the same thing within the Catholic Church. Again, that's supposed to happen. It will happen. It's like the readings today. Do not what was that? Do not something in drunkenness. Do not become.
I'd have to get my missile. I don't remember.
It was basically don't be complacent. Don't just let the things change and go by in front of you. Like you have to do what's right. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. You have to do what's right.
Right.
You have to do the things with the intention, regardless of what they are doing, because it's at the end of the day, you're not held accountable for them. They're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Just in Reformed at 82. Yes.
Something like I don't know the history on that, Rye, so you may be correct. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the total history on the Jesuits. It is something I've actually wanted to look into to see how this all happened. Because if you look at the early Jesuits to compare to the Jesuits now, it's completely
It's not
different.
the same.
They're not the same.
They're not to be crass or anything, but like the Jesuits, my understanding, the original Jesuits were like the bout it.
Yes, they were the bout it.
Like they were so hardcore. We are Catholic in a way that you're not capable of being this Catholic. That's my understanding of them. And then I see them today and I'm like, ew, you people believe in evolution. Ugh, you people probably think dinosaurs are real. Ugh. Look at all those degrees you have from a secular college. Gross.
Yeah.
And that's just like those aren't the Jesuits that I read about. Those aren't the Jesuits that any religious organization has ever told me about. These are the ones that get kicked out of countries.
Yeah.
Is what I settle into. So I do want to learn more about it, so maybe I could change my opinion or be better informed.
Honestly, it would probably be a good episode to do one of these weeks. I'm sure Miss Kristen has a 20-minute video on it we could watch.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a lot of great 20-minute videos that we could do segments on. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that one we did last week, but if you did, we can do more of those. He's got lots of great videos with lots of good information on a lot of these topics that we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Jesuits. What was the other one we were talking about a minute ago? I don't even remember now. I mentioned watching a video of his.
Spanish Inquisition?
Oh yeah, the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Man, our chat is so well informed.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
They disbanded and became the Illuminati. Sold.
Right, probably.
Sounds very
The
Jewish.
Opus Dei.
also.
Yeah.
Opus Dei. That was the other one we wanted to
Look into more. Yeah. The Freemasons claim that Opus Dei is the actual Freemasons, but I mean, don't get me wrong, they are definitely up there with the Catholic NGOs doing bad things in the world right now, but also they weren't formed until 1929, so you can't really say that they've been running things behind the scenes for 1,000 years.
No. That's definitely like the new hand in the.
Yeah, that's the thing that started and kind of brought about Vatican II and all the changes you're seeing in the church now.
Yeah.
It's definitely bad for the church. And I guess you could say what's bad for the church is bad for society. So I guess it's bad all around, but they're definitely not Freemason bad.
No.
Or maybe they are. Maybe they're one and the same. That could be the Freemason invasion of the Catholic Church that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Ryan makes the wonderful point. All have a Zion co-opted approach. Yes, and that's.
Yeah.
I guess if there is going to be a Spanish Inquisition Part 2,
Part
we're going
4.
to. Well, I mean, I guess Part 4. We'll have to call it the Zionist Inquisition because really, that's what it boils down to. Is you have Catholics who should be catechized to believe and operate as if the tiny hat people are supposed to convert.
Yeah.
You're supposed to repent and convert. And once that happens, everything's hunky dory. We're good. We're golden. But until y'all do that, we can't like get down with y'all like that. We have to treat you kind of like we treat the Mohammedans. Kind of like how we treat the, I don't know, the Jehovah's Witnesses. You know what I mean? Like we can't be cool like that. But a majority of Catholics are actually like super pro-Zionist only because they're Americans and mostly because they can't help themselves because they've been propagandized.
Yeah. Yes, not pro dual citizenship. That dual citizenship should not be a thing, especially if you are like a congressman or senator or something like that.
No.
If you're part of the government, you should definitely not be allowed to have some dual citizenship.
Yeah, no. If you happen to be like a military brat who was born in Germany and gets, I don't know, lived there for like 10 years as a small child, sure, have your dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship is an escape hatch. It's a backup plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're running my country, you shouldn't have a backup plan,
No,
an
you
escape
shouldn't
hatch.
have anywhere to
What do you
go.
need an escape hatch for?
Right.
From your own policies?
Right. Or the repercussions of your any sort of repercussions.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, all right, guys, we are at an hour, a little over an hour actually, and it is a work night.
Oh yes, it is.
Beginning of the week work night, so I definitely want to get my sleep.
Yes.
So we are going to call tonight, guys. Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it. Let us know if we should keep the StreamYard or not. I mean, I'll ultimately make that decision for ease of use and all.
Yeah.
But I look forward to your guys' comments and input on better, worse, completely identical, no difference, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be back. Emily will be here tomorrow.
I will be here tomorrow morning for my morning show.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be me.
Oh yeah, I forgot
It's
your
just
morning show fell apart last week.
That's okay, and that is totally fine. It was totally fine. It was what it was. We're here.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. Reef is good. Mike's doing his thing. I like my Monday show myself. So, I'll be here tomorrow morning, 6:30 Central. No idea what we're talking about. Probably gonna watch something.
Okay.
So.
Yep, and then we will be back on Wednesday. I know there was talk of switching to Thursday, but I'm putting that off because my work schedule may be changing slightly.
Yes.
Come the first of the year, but I'm not sure yet. So
yeah,
we'll finish the year off on Wednesdays, and then come January, we talk about maybe switching nights. We'll see
if we change anything.
But yeah, so it's going to continue to be Wednesday. So check us out Wednesday. I don't know what we have planned yet for Wednesday.
I'll put something together.
I mean, we'll put something together, but I think we're going to try to get a guest for Wednesday, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah,
it's the people. We'll let you know. But thanks for stopping by, guys. She'll see you tomorrow. I will see you guys Wednesday. Have a great evening, and thanks for coming out.
Good night. God bless you.